Hi everyone, so we've got more training at home. This video we're going to be focused on a certain position, and that position is turtle. A good way to understand turtle is call it turtle guard, because essentially it is as a form of guard. It's whether you're using it to retain your guard. There is minimal attacks from here, but if you're going to have an all-round jiu-jitsu game, you have to understand the turtle position, especially for competitions, but all round you need to use the turtle at times. So we're going to go through the specific movements you need to understand to move on from turtle and use turtle to your advantage. Understanding the turtle is a huge part of jiu-jitsu in general, but especially in competition, so you don't want to give up those 3 points for the guard pass. So let me explain the turtle position is this. Is here. So you're trying to compact your body as much as you can. So you're hiding this position here, your legs to your chest. And you want to collapse everything in as small as you can, right? You never want to be open like this in turtle. The same as when you're, playing on your back. You don't ever really want to be fully open like this. You always want to be playing on your back with this sort of position here where everything's nice and close. Your legs are protecting your upper body. The same is when you're turned out in turtle. You need to be tight here. Elbows in and chest really low, and even your neck, shrink your neck in and get ready to go from here. So why do we end up here? Well, there's a few reasons. Just say Meeks. So if I've got Meeks and I've just say I've shot a double leg and she sprawls her legs back, you ended up missing to put the chest on top. So you ended up in turtle again. I've just done a crappy double leg. It didn't work out and they sprawled on me. Okay, that's fine. The next one is why else I end up in turtle. I'm playing guard and my legs get thrown to the side. Boom. Okay. So there's a few ways I can retain my guard with posting and scissoring my leg over the top, or shrimping, get my legs back in. Sometimes that's too late. As my legs go across, it's too late. Maybe even the gong guys, they put their weight on me. Right, I'm like trying to turn back in. I've tried to gongoa, so I have to go up to turtle, and I've ended up here. Okay, so what does that do? That keeps me alive. That gives me, doesn't give your opponent the 3 points. And then from there, we're going to learn how to move on from that position. Okay, so turtle movements. The first one is if I've ended up in turtle, however I got here is how I got here, and your partner or opponent is put their weight on top of you and they're in the front and they've grabbed around here. This is really, really common for people who have a wrestling background, or for beginners too. They feel safe by grabbing you like this. I wouldn't recommend grabbing around here if you're ever on top. I wouldn't recommend this, but if someone does, you can take advantage of it. So here, what I've got to do is find daylight with my head, my elbow on the opposite side to my head, so my head's out to the left, my right elbow comes in, and I switch my hips, so I come up, step up, and I switch through my hip through as I look to the ceiling, almost like I elbow the ceiling. Just hold on for a sec, right? So I'm here, my head goes on top and I'm elbowed up like this. I like to have my hand here, so I hold on to Meigs' leg and I turn back through, and I end up behind and ready to sort of take advantage of this position now where I've got an offensive game from there. So one more time with Meigs. So I'm here, they've grabbed on, right, elbow through, leg up, elbow up to the roof, switch your hip, look at the roof, then you can go back or you can even go to the front as well. So how do we practice this in solo? Because we all don't have training partners or wives that do jiu-jitsu, so how do we do it? This is something you can practice at home. Visualize someone on top. You're here, you're in turtle, everything's compact. Their legs are in front. You put your elbow across, your head finds daylight. Whichever side is the closest, get your head out. Step up, hand up, switch your hip. Boom. Your head stays on top, and then turn back through. And then we're back behind our partner, ready to throw out some offense. So once again, I'll do the other side. We're in turtle. Yeah. Okay, everything's tight. I'll go out this side, great. So my arm comes across to the center. I step up, hand up, I switch my hip. Boom, yeah. Now I'm up high. Now I'm going to switch through and end up behind. So that's the switch out from turtle. Okay, that's one. The next one is, so if your partners put their weight on you, let's say without the arms around, if they put the arms around, I pretty much go for that every time. Megs has got her weight on me, so she's slightly off to my right, slightly off to my right. Anytime they're on any like to the right or the left, you've got to pick what side they're on. If they're directly in front, just adjust so they're to one side. So Megan's slightly off to my right. So I'm going to roll now. What shoulder I roll with over means everything, right? So look away from your opponent, which is unusual. It's the opposite to what you think. So I look away, I put my shoulder on the ground. Then I roll over that shoulder. But the trick to having this one work regularly is putting your shoulder under your hips. So you can't roll like this, especially if Meg's had all the weight on me. I'm like, I get stuck. You've got to roll sharp. See? And now I've got it back. You have to roll right under your hips. So go on the side a bit more. So Meg's now more obvious to my right. All the way around a bit more. Yeah. So I'm here, okay? Yeah, that's fine too. So I want to put my right on the shoulder, looking away, right arm. Now, don't roll long. Have to compact your roll as short as you can. See? And I roll through. A lot of the time you end up in this triangle position as well. So whatever side your partner is on, yeah, whatever side your partner's on, you pick, yeah? So if your partner's just here, you've got to roll. Put that shoulder on the floor, hips up, roll through, catch them in some sort of guard. Always, when I was training in Vegas with Rob Drysdale, he used to say when you're in turtle, we practice all the time, he'd say, look away and roll, look away and roll. And that's still in my head now, that was years ago. So whatever side my partner was on, if I was in turtle, look away and roll. And I always, you regularly get your guard back. So now sitting from turtle, okay? So another way, so we've gone over the shoulder and we've switched out. Now sitting back. So generally when they're more towards the front of your shoulders and their partner's got their weight on you. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do is sit to guard. Don't just sit like what it looks like. A lot of people try to sit and they just look at my neck now. If Megan jumps off, I've just got all of her weight on the back of my neck. No. If Megan was bigger and someone bigger and heavier than me, crank your own neck. You never want to compromise your neck. So I put my ear up. So here, right, I put my ear up to Megan's belly. Then I put my leg up. My head's got daylight on the right hand side. It's not underneath. Daylight. Then I rotate on my knee. Rotate as I spin. Some sort of guard. And I'm back. Okay? So when someone's in front, so here, right, they got their weight on you, you feel like you want to sit back to guard. You can't just like sit back like this. You get stuck and their weight's on you and you're compromising your neck. So what we've got to do is find daylight with our head. And I turn my ear up to them too, up to the roof, so it protects my neck. I step up and I pivot on my knee to come back to some sort of open guard, half guard, wherever you land up. But you're releasing yourself from the turtle position and into another spot where you can throw out some offense. So they're sitting back one more time. So if I'm here, right, my head finds daylight, right, and I turn that ear to the ceiling so it protects my neck. I step up here and I pivot on the leg to get some sort of guard. You can only pivot on the bottom. You can't lift up. You've got all that weight on you. Here, like your head comes out to the side and just how you can practice it at home. You're here, you turtle, head out to the side, pivot, get back to guard. Right, so you've got the rolling. You've got the switch out. Sorry, boom. The rolling, you've got the sitting back, another one, which is when you've got, Megs, come on, top again. Even a big part of it too is just a quick little sprint, back or forward. So you don't want to just try and sit back or switch out. Sometimes a little bit of movement like this. So that little bit of movement, just a quick little sprint and then pivot. Yeah, or if Megan's behind, here, you sprint forward before you roll. Just just attach a little bit, so that little, and then roll out, okay? We're almost there, so we've got turtle. Oh yeah, rolling straight to turtle, yeah. So we've got the one where your partner throws the legs to the side. Now instead of stopping in turtle, you go all the way through. So instead of stopping in turtle, put your weight on your legs, I go here, turn the hip up. My arm is in. Grab that, Meeks. Underhook. That's over for me now. Go back. This is tucked in super tight. Now I put my knee on the floor, elbow on the floor, and I roll straight through. And I've got it. So how does it look like? Again, momentum. So throw the legs to the side. Look. In. Turn. Hip. Now my arm, this bottom arm goes out. So what I'm doing if I sit up, that's a little guide. It feels where Megan's moving to. They're trying to jump to the other side. So here. And then I fall back through. So, last time. Straight to turtle. We're here, past turtle. Straight past turtle, back to guard. Here, passes, turn through, hip up, arm out. So I'm just touching Megan on her hip here. I'm through. And I'm back. Boom. So how does it look solo? I'm here. Bridge. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we have to bridge when it's side because you haven't got anyone grabbing your legs. So you bridge, elbow out, knee down, turn up, sit through. So I do the other angle. Here. So someone's throwing your legs to the side, but instead of them throwing, just bridge, elbow, sit through, and you're back. So let's recap on all of them. Just solo by myself now. So you've got the switch out. So you're in turtle, head, arm, switch. When you switch out and you want to go to your partner's legs, go back over the leg you slid out. And you're behind. The roll. Make sure you tuck as tight as you can. So you're here, you look away, hip up, and roll. Okay, so that's something that your body needs. You need to practice too. To get that mobility. So whatever side they're on, they're over here now. Look away, tuck, your shoulder through, hips up high, and roll. So we've done the switch out, the rolling, the sit back, turtle, head out, step up, pivot, and you're back to some sort of guard. The momentum where your legs are getting past straight away, you don't stop in turtle, your legs are getting past. Right, I'm about to get smashed, so I lift my hip up, elbow out, find my opponent, boom, boom, and I come through, back to sitting to some sort of guard. There is some attacks from turtle as well. It's not widely done, it's not regularly done, it's only, it's in a transition where you can attack the legs a little bit. There is those attacks, rolling to the legs, a lot of leg locks, from underneath the turtle, but generally turtle you don't want to be there for too long. It is a temporary position. It's not like a closed guard or a mount or even a half guard. It's something you want to not stay there for long because the person on top, they can just start attacking you and you can't really defend yourself from there when you're staying still. The final one that you've got to be super cautious of is if your partner's just behind there. You do not want them to grab underhook here. Okay, that stops a lot of the movement because now you get a seatbelt, grab around my shoulder as well. Now everything's stopped, they've connected. All they need now is their legs. So always defend, go for it now, defend this. They can go over it, that's okay. Not under, you've got to defend that. Or, go for it, clear it, then roll. You can't do any of it if they get that connection to you. Don't let them connect. Hence why it's a temporary position, because if you stay there for long, they're going to connect to you and then they're going to get the seatbelt or whatever and start attacking your neck, get hooks in or whatever. Move on from there. To move on from there, you need to know those movements. So that's why these videos are super important while we're not training on the mat, where you can do these movements from home, you visualize it, or you can even get one of your family members to put their weight on you and practice rolling out, sitting back, switching out, all those kind of things. It's going to definitely help your game from turtle. We'll do a couple more videos on the seated guard and the laid back guard as well, supine guard. But for now, enjoy. See you all soon. Get your training in today.